I hope the people might have had a sip of coffee. So long sessions, usually 2 hours to sit in a same chair. I think some people may feel bored. Okay. So let us talk about the reference managers. This is very interesting and very important and essential for everybody. If you want to save the time during writing of the article, during writing of a dissertation, or it may be a library dissertation or a thesis for PhD, anything. If you want to do, then you need to use various gadgets. So in those gadgets, so we do have a lot many reference managers. Okay, just I want to show you which are the reference managers which are available free of cost, and for the ease of use. Ease of use is also very important. So I'll take you through 2 reference managers. One is a Mendeley, another is a Zotero. Okay, so I'll explain very much clear about the Zotero. Then we'll have a hands-on on a Zotero and both Mendeley, how you can cite the references and how you can archive. Okay, so once again I am going back to the search engines, because the reference manager work will start from the search engine. Okay, so let me take you through the search engine. Already I hope you people have installed Microsoft Office, Edge, or else Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox. If you are not installed, you please install. Okay, and you will be having any search engines. So I'll take to you people through Google Chrome. Okay, so when I'm going to take you through the Google Chrome, then you can understand how it will be done. I hope my screen is visible. So I am taking through the Google Chrome. Okay, this is a Google Chrome. So already we have given instructions how to install the Zotero and Mendeley. Okay, these are plugins. See, I am clicking on the, see, here there is a plugin, ZSyn. Sometime you may find a icon. Okay, so this is a Zotero, embedded metabase to access this site. Okay, this is a Zotero which have in the plugin. Okay, if I want to search in PubMed, just I am showing you how the search engine is going to help for the saving the reference manager. Okay, my result have come here. Now I want to click one result and see here the Zotero. So I want to click on a Zotero. So it will save to the Zotero. Already my Zotero is open in the desktop. So before that I'll show you how the Zotero looks. Okay, so this is my Zotero which I have signed in. This is a desktop app. This is a desktop app. Okay, and I'll tell you about the Zotero also. So yesterday when we have sent you the instructions, I am once again doing the same thing. So I am searching the Zotero. So you will go to the zotero.org. Okay, then you could able to go through the Zotero website. Then you can do the download, and even it is available for Mac and Windows and Linux. Previously it was not so. Zotero used to have only the access for the Google Chrome and the link up, but now they have developed. Okay, so you do have the signs. This is what I am showing you. Okay, my Zotero app I'll show you. So this is how it looks. So in the Zotero, this is a desktop application. Desktop app is nothing but a desktop application. So after downloading the file, you click, then it will open and it will install like any other application. You do have a file. You can have a new item, either a book. You can add on yourself to the collection. This is like a locker or a bureau at your home. So you want to arrange your books or documents, journal articles, patents, artwork, audio recording, everything in your locker. Okay, so which you want to arrange in a digital form. The digital form, bureau or a locker or a case, big case, very big case is a Zotero. Okay, so which is going to organize your all documents. That's a new item. If you want to add, you can add. So if I click a book, automatically it will open here on the right hand side. Okay, right hand side, you can write a title to something. Okay, then you can add author, abstract, everything can be added, all those things. Okay, if you don't want to add, then what can be done? So I want to go, okay, new collection. If I want to import something from outside, then you can click import. Either you can import as a BibTeX or RIS format or a Zotero RDF format, or you can import from Mendeley also. Okay, that's the portability between the Mendeley and Zotero has come almost 4 or 5 years back. Before it was no portability. If I click Mendeley, then automatically it goes there. If I'm having any data in my Mendeley database, automatically that Mendeley database of 17 MB, which has been modified on today at 1:36 PM, is going to be exported there. Okay, if you don't have Mendeley, then you can click others. Okay, click others and go ahead, and you can get it. I'll show you how you can do that. Okay, this is very important to add the library, because I do have my library in collection. So many folders are there. Okay, you can add one more folder here, like a workshop folder. Okay, for workshop folder I am showing. So I have created one workshop folder which will go down in the last according to alphabetical order. So it's a workshop folder. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to do some new item. Okay, new item. So I want to do journal article. So I don't want to do it with the hand. What I'll do, just I'll minimize. Okay, I'm going back to the queries. This queries I want to Zotero. So now I am adding it into the Zotero. Okay, now it will ask where you want to add. Okay, I have selected only one. Okay, if I click OK, then it's supposed to go to the Zotero. Okay, so now the workshop is there here. That's the workshop folder. Directly it is saving to workshop folder because recently I have created a workshop. Okay, so you do get so many others also. Many more also are there. Whatever it is there, it is showing. Now I am going to the workshop folder and I have to tell done. Okay, automatically I have saved my search result into the Zotero. Okay, so now I am minimizing once again. I am going back to the Zotero. I am going back to the Zotero. I am going back to the Zotero. See, my workshop folder is open. Okay, in my workshop folder, my article has come here as a dental caries. You can see the information. Then you do have a notes. You can add notes, and if you want to tag, you can tag something. Okay, what all the things you can be tagged? Already they are tagged. There are around 9 tags with the relation of the caries. It may be biofilm, dental caries, susceptibility, health behavior. This tagging is very important. Why? You know, because if I am having a tag, example, nowadays they are coming up with a geo-tagging. So geo-tagging will give you the picture where your vehicle is moving or where you are moving or whether your worker is doing properly or not. Similarly, your article can be tagged. Okay, these are tags, and you do have a related something. If you want to add something relation, so you can add a relations. Okay, so these are the things which you are going to do it in the Zotero. Okay, so in my collection, first collection, I have added a one dental caries. Okay, now I want to minimize this once again. I'm going back to the Chrome. Okay, in the Chrome, I have showed you how to save it to the Zotero. Okay, even you can do the multiple savings. Okay, so I'm going to clear selections. Now if I want to add, so there is a save also. Okay, you have a send to the citation manager is there. So all results. Okay, only selection. I want to add only selections. So now I'll click selections. Okay, so I have selected 3 and I want to go ahead and do the send to, okay, citation manager. So which citation manager? Already it will go to the citation manager whichever you have connected. Citation manager whichever you have connected. So they are having the portability. This is all about the Zotero, how you can go ahead and do. Okay, so now once again I'm showing you here. I'm coming back. Okay, if I'm going to click the citations, so I do have some citations which are taken from various engines. Okay, so I'll tell you how you can import. Okay, import option is there. So I want you people to import something. So I'm going back to the Chrome. Okay, so here I want to save as what? 3 selections are there. So, okay, so you can have a different saving options. Okay, those saving options you can take and you can create a bibliography. If you want a by text, okay, actually they should be in a different form, then only it will take up. Otherwise it will not take. Okay, so my bibliography collections. If I click collections, so it asks where you want to have saving. Okay, similarly bibliography collections and citation managers. Okay, then create a file. When you create a file, automatically it is created as a NBIB. The file is created as a NBIB. Okay, this NBIB file, I'm going to click, and just I want to click on a desktop because my desktop is free for importing. Okay, so I have put the I have pasted here. NBIB file is there. I am opening the Zotero. Okay, now I want to do the import. So here NBIB file is not there. Only BibTeX is there. Still, I want to go ahead and see whether it is going to take it or not. See, NBIB it is taking. So just I want to open. Okay, then place the imported collection items into new collection. Yes. Okay, and copy files to the Zotero storage folder. Link files to original location. See, I want to copy. Then automatically if I give, and it started importing. See, all the files which we have saved automatically does come here. Okay, so this is how you are going to save the site references. Okay, now I have saved the references. Here there are no full text. If the full text is there, automatically full text will be available. How you can do that? That also I'll show you. Okay, I'm going to go back to the Chrome once again. Okay, after going to the Chrome, if there is any article, example free article is here. So now I want to directly save, instead of importing, I want to save it as a save to Zotero. Okay, so here so many things will come. I want only one. Okay, that is a immunology and dental caries. So if I select one, then if I click OK, okay, it's asking where you want to save. Here is a PubMed entry. It's a free article. Whenever it is a free article, then automatically it is going to take the article completely. Okay, so you click here. And apart from PubMed entry, you do have a PDF also. The PDF will come here. Then you click OK. Then it will save into the Zotero. Okay, I have opened the Zotero once again. See here, duplications have come. Okay, so you go down and you click duplicate items. If anything which you have done multiple times, so you click on duplicate items, then automatically they will load all the duplicate items in the library. Okay. So I want the duplicate items from the workshop. Okay, you do have duplications. 2 items are there as a duplicates. I want to remove one. Okay, I have clicked here. So just you can click, right click, and you can delete the item. Okay, then you can delete it. So this is how you can do. And once again, I'm going back to the workshop. There's only one article remaining. Okay, so I'll go to some other folder which I am having some collection. There are no duplicates. Okay, then there are retracted items. Retracted means in journal, sometimes what happens because of the ethical misconduct, some article may have been taken down from the journal site. Automatically, this is a recent updates for the Zotero. Automatically, it gives you the link which all the articles have been retrieved. That means you should not cite it. Okay, if you cite the retracted articles which is not existing, then it will be a trouble for you people. Okay, so this is how you can use a article. Now, one more thing I want to tell you in the Zotero. Okay, so I have taken some magnification or mucormycosis. Imagine. Okay, I want to select. So just you can click and you can select all. Okay, after selection, okay, you can once again import and export. If I want to create a bibliography, okay, I'm creating a bibliography from the library. Okay, when I want to create a bibliography, so which journal you want? There are journal formats. For example, if you want to go for any article submission, the article submission will have a different formats for the particular journal. For example, as an oral surgeon, I want to go to the OOE, oral surgery, oral medicine, and oral radiology journal. Okay, and you do have a manage styles option will be there. Okay, now I want to create a bibliography. I have clicked on a oral surgery. Okay, then I want to give what I want to save it as a clipboard or a print or a save as a RTF. What I'll do a print option. Okay, so I'm printing it. Then what it takes. Okay, so I am printing it as a PDF. Okay, I don't want to print in a printer, so I am printing it as a PDF. Just I have clicked. So now I want to write it as a mucormycosis. Okay, I'm saving into the desktop. So I have saved the PDF. Okay, I'll show you how it looks. Now I have minimized the document and my mucormycosis bibliography is ready. See, when I have clicked, the PDF is getting opened. Okay, see how beautifully well arranged bibliography is there. So majority of the time, the people in the beginning, when I did my UG, so I was not aware about this. So we used to type the names, author, year, citation formats used to be there. Okay. So this is a big headache. Now, because of the reference manager or citation managers, so you need not type this. Automatically, it will be taken by the archival agencies and they will be accurate. Whenever you do any cross-referencing, I'll show you how the cross-referencing will be done when you submit the article. Okay. The author interface will give you the cross-referencing. If you have any article which you have cited wrongly, then automatically it gives you the picture that it is wrongly written. Otherwise, non-existing article is written. See how beautifully it has given the bibliography. All bibliography has come very well, 1 to 10. Okay, and even the journal names, they are in abbreviations depending on the journal which you want to submit. I wanted to submit it to the OOE. That's why it has come like that. Okay, I don't want that OOE. So I want in some other format. Okay, what I want to create a bibliography in a Vancouver style. Okay, if I want to create in a Vancouver style, once again I want to go with ahead with the bibliography. Then I'll click OK, and once again I want to print as a PDF. Okay, and it is going to print as a mucormycosis Vancouver style. Vancouver style. Okay, Vancouver style. So I want to save it as a Vancouver. Then I want to minimize. Once again, you got a Vancouver style. Okay. So when I click as a Vancouver, see, it's a Vancouver style. So how it comes. Okay. If I don't want this, I want to use it in some other format. Okay. So once again, I right click and I go for a export. Okay. So here you can export as a different type text, whatever the format you want, you can export. Okay. Jotro RDF. Okay. So these are the things which I can export. And I don't want this also. I want only bibliography. Okay. So then create a bibliography. I want to go ahead with the nature format. Okay. When I want to go ahead with the nature format, I want to print. Okay. As a PDF. Then I'll write as a nature. Okay. Nature is one of the important, highly acclaimed journal. Okay. I want to click. Then just I want to come down. So I have put as a nature. Okay, let me see how the nature looks. See, so this is how the formatting, because year citation automatically they will change, because the citation bibliography of the nature will give you the bracket for the year of publication. Okay, if I take some other formats, Vancouver style. See, Vancouver style, journal name, then year, then issue number, then page number. But if you go to the some other format, it do have the similar way. Nowadays, various journals are getting the bibliographies in a different formats. Okay, if you go through various author interface for the submission of articles, then you will understand all this. Okay, this is all about the work nature of Zotero application. Now coming to how to cite. Okay, so once I tell you how to cite, now I am opening the Word document. I hope till this everybody is clear. Okay. So I'll have a break of 2 minutes once again. So before I start how to cite, okay, because this is a crucial time. After this, we are going to go ahead with the hands-on. So I am stopping the sharing of the screen. So let us have a break for 2 minutes. If any queries till this, you can ask me. Thank you very much. Stay with us. Have a cup of tea, and we'll get back to you. Comment. Probably you people will have a Word document. Okay. Already, if you have done the installation of Zotero or Mendeley, then you do have those things in the bar. Okay. There is a file, home, insert, page layout, references, mailings, review, view, Zotero, EndNote, Grammarly, Nitro Pro, Acrobat. These are all the plugins for the Word documents. Okay. So just I'm going to write something. Okay, write something. Okay. So I have done one paragraph of the writing. Okay. So this is your, imagine this is your thesis. Now I want to do the citation. Okay, I want to do the citation. So I have written, Bowen has done the queries. Okay, because we have taken the queries. So now I'll go to cite. I'm opening the Zotero. Okay. Then I want to add a citation. I have clicked the Zotero. then I want to add a citation. Okay, so just I have clicked the add a citation. The what sort of citation you want to add. Okay, so I want to go ahead to the Archives of Oral Biology Journal because I want to submit to the. You can get your laptop and sit here if you are unable to. Okay, so I want to go for Archives of Oral Biology because that's a very topmost journal in the dentistry. I'll click Archives of Oral Journal. Okay, then I'll click OK. So I am giving you the. You can give either author or keyword. Okay, I am giving the keyword like a queries. Okay, so whatever is there in my library, it is showing here. Okay, so these are all the library which I am having. Okay, so what I'll do, I want to give systematic review on remineralizing nano silver fluorides. I'll click this, which is been published by some of the author in the year 2019. Then I'll enter. So oral biology have a author and year citations. This is called a author and year citation. Okay. For your visualization, just I am making it a enlarge mode. 160% is enlarged. Okay. I hope all the participants are able to see my Word document. No. Dr. Jyoti. Yeah, Dr. Jyoti. Yes. Thank you, Dr. Jyoti. I think, yeah, thank you. So this is the author and year citation. Now I want to change the same. Okay, I want to add citation in some other format. That can be done. Okay, now I want to write one more citation in the same. So what I have written, I want inhibitory effect of arginine. Okay, I have clicked here. Then I want to enter. There are two articles. Automatically it will take up according to the year. First is a 2005, then latest is a 2019. Okay. Now, I don't want this author and year citation because your article got rejected in the Archives of Biology. When it is going to reject it, then you need to change the citation manager. How you will do? You go to the document preferences. Okay. I want to change it to elsewhere or a Harvard style. Okay. If I click this, automatically it will change. Okay, I don't want that also, so I want something else. Journal of Oral Biology and Craniofacial Research. Automatically it has come to a superscript. Okay, automatically the number has come 1, 2 as a superscript. That means there have been embedded links. They have been having the embedded links. Automatically it has come 1 and 2. Usually majority of the authors don't know this. That's why they will be in trouble, because even if you change 1 or 2 here and there, then every time whatever the reference you are going to quote at the end of the article as a bibliography, if you change 1, then you need to change everything. Okay, so just I'm giving you 1, 2. Okay, I'll show you. Then next I want to give next reference, second paragraph. Okay, once again I want to add something. Once again I am writing queries. Okay, so already these two I have cited. Here it is giving cited. 2 articles have been cited. I want to cite third article. Okay, when I want to cite the third article, this is the same article, that's why the number has come the same. Okay, once again I want to cite the another article. I will write a queries. Okay, so I want to do a very different article. Okay, 1975 article. Then I'll click. Automatically that's come as 3. That means the system will take care of the articles without any duplications. Okay, now I want to go ahead to the third paragraph. I want to cite something. Once again, I'll take a queries word. Otherwise, you can type a name. Okay, I'll type my name only. Vivekanand. Okay, if I type Vivekanand, then I do have my own articles in my library. So I'll click that. Then so this is a 4th article. Okay, then I'll go to the 5th paragraph. Once again, I'll cite. Once again, I'll write my name. Okay, Vivekanand. So I do cite one more article. Okay, so this is the 5th article. Then I am going to go ahead with the 5th paragraph. Then I want to add somebody's name. Imagine Romi. I don't know Romi is the article is there or not. So some Romi has come. Okay, so just I'll click this. So that's the 6th one. Okay, then I'm going to add one more for the same So I'll write a Girija, my collaborator. Okay. So there's one more article on Girija. I have clicked that. So there are around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now I want to remove this. Your HOD or guide has told, no, I don't want it, this paragraph. I have removed. Okay. You have completed your article. After completion of your article, I want the bibliography to be there. Okay. So here add bibliography is there. Add citation, then add bibliography. Just I have clicked here, then I'll write references. Okay. References. References. Double click. Spelling mistake is there. Then you correct it with the right click. Okay. Then you add the cursor has wherever the cursor comes, you are going to add the bibliography. Yes. So automatically the bibliography has come. Whatever the citations you have put, all 7 articles have come. Okay. So this is a bibliography. You need not do anything. Automatically it comes because the system will take care of your bibliography. This is a very laborious work before the reference managers come into existence. When I started writing the way back 1998, so it was a very tough time. You need to sit and write the journals, how to cite. Then we need to write neatly. Even one spelling mistakes will never used to identify by the system. Okay, so cross-referencing used to never happen. That's why it is very important you kindly use a reference manager so that you will not have any difficulty for the changing of references. Okay. Now, my article, my guide or a co-guide or a team member says, no, this paragraph has to be interchanged. Okay. So now I want to change the paragraph. Imagine this paragraph is wrong. The reviewer has said, you change the paragraph. Okay. Now what I am doing, I am removed. Okay. I have to take it down in the last. Okay. I have changed. Now the references 1, 3 is there, then 4. 2 is missing. Okay. Now I'll go to the Jotaro once again. Then I'll refresh. I'll do the refresh. Then automatically it takes care of itself. The article which was a 3rd one, it will become a 7. Then automatically the reference also change. That's the beauty of the reference manager. So you need not worry. Automatically it takes care until unless it is going to be linked document. Okay. Now I am going to save this document. Just I am closing. It will ask save. I'll save as a workshop. Okay. I'll save as a workshop. Test. Okay. So in the desktop, I want to show on the desktop. Okay. Just I am showing as a save. So it has been closed. Now after a few days, okay, the reviewer has sent some query. So you have to go back to the same article and you have to answer the queries. Okay. So when you want to answer, I want to click open the same article, original article. This is the original article. Okay. When I click and open, automatically it will ask embedded documents. Okay. So now, okay, these are embedded. If your Jotaro is not there, see, once again I'm closing. And my Jotaro application is there. That also I want to close. I have closed. Okay. So now I want to open the Word document. So you do have a linkings. Okay. So automatically whenever you click, you do have a linkings. But if I change now, okay, it will not take up because Jotaro is not open. Jotaro is not open. So that time what you have to do? You have to click Jotaro, which is a desktop application. Okay. So you open the desktop application. Once again, it is taking back. Then automatically it will load. Then you minimize. Okay. Now I want to remove this 5, 6 only. So reviewer has told it is redundant. So you remove. Just I am deleting. I have deleted. Okay. After deletion, once again I'll go to the Jotaro. Okay. Then I want to refresh. See, imagine this 1 to 7 are there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then directly 1 and 7 has come. 5, 6 has been removed. Just I want to refresh. Automatically 2 have been jumped. That means automatically they have deleted. Okay. So you have removed the text. They have, and sometime what you have to do, you don't want to link. There is an option unlinked citations. Okay, unlinked citations, because they have embedded links in the Word document. If you don't want to send the embedded links, somebody can do something with your data. Then you can unlink it. Okay. So if you unlink, automatically see removing field codes will prevent Jotaro from updating citations. It will ask you. Next, if you want to do anything, example, I'll just do, okay, I have unlinked. That means whenever I click here, nothing will come. If I save it as a save as separately, okay, save as test unlink, okay, so test unlink, okay, now I'm going back, I'm closing this, okay, here test unlink is there. So this test unlink, if you open, so you will have a paragraph with the 5 citations, 5 bibliography and some 5 citations. If I remove anything, okay, if I go to the Jotaro, then if I do the refresh, it will not take, okay, because it is not linked, okay, it is not linked. So that's how you can perform a Jotaro citation manager, okay. This is all about the Jotaro. So now I am closing, okay, I am not saving, don't save. So just I want to unlink document I am deleting, okay. I am opening with the original document which I have linked, okay. So these have been embedded. So now I want to change the citations, okay. Already I have told you how to change Jotaro, okay. Document preferences. Your cranial biology article also has got rejected, and you want to go ahead to the Vancouver style, okay. Then I'll click on Vancouver, then say okay. Automatically it is changing. See, instead of superscript has come in the brackets, parenthesis, okay. Then this citation also has been changed, and just to do the refresh, automatically it does its business, okay. So now I don't want that also. One more section, okay. I want to go ahead to world development perspectives, okay. So it has given an author year citation. If you go back and read some books and theses, they do have author year citations. Usually in the thesis they will do author year. You write author and year names. Okay, when you do author and year right, you need not type there. You give this command, automatically it gives you the author and year citations. Okay, the whole things can be done using a reference manager. This is all about the C. Even it has got a DOI. So all these things can be done with the reference manager. So now I stop here once again. Okay, so we have completed the session on a reference manager, installation, plugins, saving of the bibliography to the citation manager, and saving it to the Word document, and add-on plugins, then how you can cite the references and how you can save the bibliography I have showed you. So if any queries, I am very happy to answer. Then we'll move on to the Mendeley very little, because we have a time. I think Dr. Jyoti has raised her hand. If anybody is having any query, please unmute yourself and you can speak, please. I'm stopping the presentation. Thank you very much. And those people who want to have a break, have a cup of tea, please, you can have it.